Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. It is Friday night, and we are live and in effect as I report to you from behind this plastic microphonic device. Hope everybody is doing well as we peruse our way through some of the comments and see what some of you guys are saying, and expecting some scammers to call us as well momentarily. Got like 4 or 5 of them lined up. Let's see if a single one of them do. I've even staggered some of them as well. Told them, hey, put me on the calendar. All right, we've got Full of Burn says, when comparing current silver prices to those from 40 years ago, you need to adjust for inflation. That puts the 1980 peak around $200 per ounce. We're still there from all-time high, yes. And I do that. I think I probably did that. I do that most every video, and likely has done it in this video. I hope you watched it to see if I actually did that. But nonetheless, I don't use 1980 as a way to adjust for inflation because that was such an anomaly. Highly unlikely to ever happen again. 2011 is really what we need to adjust for inflation. That's around $73, $74 per ounce. So watch that video all the way through again, because likely I probably did talk about that. And that's one thing I'm going to be harping on about some of these comments. I've already answered a lot of them here, but people have got to watch the video before you post a critical comment. I had so many people on my video from yesterday about silver's price getting crushed, and people were saying $1.50 is not being crushed. Well, yes, but look what happened earlier in the day and watch what I said in the video. Some people are saying it's clickbait. It's clickbait. It wasn't crushed. It's still above $57 an ounce. But when I do my market videos, when I do my videos daily, and I'm talking about the markets, it's for that day. Every single time I mention it in the video that it is for that particular day. A 2% move is a crush of the silver price, or a 2% increase is a surge of the silver price. I'm going to use words like surge, explode, based off of the percentages, and I define that in most of my videos. Those are big moves in any given day, and I'm going to hype that move up big time for what happened in that day. I'm not going to just say silver went up $1.50 by the end of the day in the title. I'm going to get viewers in, and I'm going to defend my titles. Every last bit of I'm going to defend every word I say in the video is going to defend the title. I don't post these titles willy-nilly just to get clicks. I do want to get clicks. I do want to get views, but I will back it up and I define it. But people don't watch the videos, and they make their comments. And I have to tell them, you're not watching the video. You didn't pay attention to what I said in the video. And I define it in there, in the video. And it's I've been paying attention to these markets long enough that I know when a big move happens and when it doesn't happen. And if it moves less than 2% in a day, I'm not going to say that it surged or it got crushed or whatever the language is. Anyways, all right, let's see. 4 Wheels from Rob. Hold on to your stack. Trend is still higher for silver, with pending rate cuts and consumers going into more debt over the Christmas season. Yes, that's right. They are going to be, the trend is still higher, and it's pretty amazing. Here we are in Christmas season, and price keeps going up because there's a lot going on in the markets for sure. And let's see here. We've got roller ball race. It won't let me order the 2-ounce Sullivan metal silver round from the UK. Only USA. I think you can order one, but the shipping is going to be very cost prohibitive. And I would encourage you, if you know somebody in the US and you want a Salivate metal silver round, have them order and ship it to you. It'll probably be cheaper if you were to do that. Same thing with Canada and other. I think they will ship out, but it is very, very expensive to ship to other countries. That's just kind of the way it is, unfortunately. But I appreciate your interest in it. Yes, indeed. Check out Summit Metals when you get a chance, by the way. All right, CFib says, I actually sold a little bit on Monday, about 2% of the stack, not because I immediately needed the money, but to take a little profit and have some extra money for Christmas gifts in case there's a dip. And see, that's good. You take a little bit of your stack, not your core stack, but just some, and you profit from it. That's great. There's opportunities that come, and CFIPS has done that. That's fine. I think that's great. Congratulations. And I hope you did well and got as close a spot as you could for it. Good to see you guys. Glad you're here. Welcome, one and all. Let's see here. Buy the dip from Summit Metals. There you go. Coffee time indeed. We got the coffee here. Thank you, Dennis Niemeyer. And Joey Libs, I'll buy another Salivate Metal round if you sign it. Oh, man. Seriously, nice round. Thank you so much, Joey Libs. Appreciate it. And there's nothing wrong if you want to buy another one. You certainly can. The price is fallen. So appreciate that. And let's see here. We've got Greg Ziegler. Says here the following. Exactly, Sal, which is why my last several coin buys have been constitutional silver, which is the most part has doubled in the worth of fiat dollars. If it doesn't fall to 40, the price that I paid for them originally will roughly be what I paid for them. I do have some 3/9 fine silver, which I bought at a much lower level, which if it fails, I won't be too upset. But those guys, gals out there buying it for 70 are going to be terribly upset. Yeah, you got to be careful. For sure. Indeed. Let's see here. We've got this from Edward Hinman. Volatility is a great thing. Traded gold for silver, 100 plus. Traded silver for gold last week, all in not too long of a time period. All right, well, I would love to know how you're doing that. I assume you're doing it in ETFs, because if you do it physically, you are losing out big time. Because I don't know of any shop that is going to be able to do that unless you're trading gold for silver. Oh, yeah, you did trade gold for silver. But even with some of those, you got to get them at the right time with inventory and the like. All right, let's see here. How much inventory, how much need they have for gold compared to silver. All right. Let's see here. JC says here, Sal, all these rallies have one thing in common. The paper market, if that breaks 75 and higher, or they'll go all in and smash it to 40, where I see it just going back up faster than they can slam. Therefore, 75, 98 or higher, printer go brrr. Seriously, they are in full silent mode, shake and bake time. The more scary it sounds, the more afraid they are. Yes, it is. There's a lot of pressure on them right now. Silver's been above $50 an ounce for, I think, 2 weeks now. That's a pretty big deal. And so you're right. Thank you, JC. Appreciate it. Good to see you guys. Glad you're all here with me tonight. And Rodent says here, with all of the recent advance, let me get over here to get this, in the silver price, I would be far more concerned if it did not correct and consolidate. It's healthy for any market. People should be prepared for an everything crash, which will result in the selling of precious metals. That's true. Don't put yourself in a situation where you are desperate to sell. Don't allow the market psychology to spook you out. Precious metals are usually some of the first assets to advance out of a market slump or crash. Yep, you're exactly right, Rodent. That is exactly right. Let's see here. And let's go over here to this. We've got V. Classia says, I'll drop to 50.54 before the Fed rate decision, then shoot up past 60. All right, well, so far it hasn't fallen to that range yet. Even after the big drop that we saw midday yesterday, it's recovered completely today, and who knows what's going to happen. But that meeting is coming up on early next week, I believe. All right, and I posted a link in the community tab for the Salivate Metal 2-ounce round is on sale right now. And Just Sam says, my 2-ounce Salivate Metal round is one of my favorites. Feels good in the hand, solid. Mine has doubled in value since he got it. Yes, the spot price alone is really taken off for sure. And it is crazy moving up in price there. There you go. All right. Silver's over 50. That's right. Bill 457. Good to see you. And good to see a lot of good folks in here tonight. Appreciate you. And we've got Talica fan. 50 to 55 will be the new low. Yes, if it turns out, it looks like we're heading in that direction. Would have to be the case. We have got here John Meyer says this here. In our history, we are at a history-making economic collapse. This could be the biggest gain in silver's history ever seen in existence. Think I'm wrong, okay, but better be prepared than suffer the failure A background as a national bank examiner gave me excuse to new colored money kept in a major national bank, sealed and tagged in the back of the examiners and allowed to access for verification. The colored money has resided in national banks for over 6 decades, where they meant to be issued by the government due to the economic failure of a monetary system. The color money is different color for each denomination. Don't know what any of that means. Never heard of any such a thing. But I will say this, that you can be over-prepared to the point where you got too much of stuff you don't need. And the same thing can be for stacking, too. You just got to be careful and look at your own situation as far as that's concerned. Very good. All right. Let's see here. Jay Krause says, I tried selling some silver, but my diamond fist refused to open. There you go. And by the way, I'm not against selling some. If there's a great opportunity comes for a portion of your stack, a small portion like the previous commenter, that's great. But have a core stack that you hold on with your diamond fist. So that's great. Very good. All right. And let's see here. B. Seaver says, I have my salivate round. Great piece to add to my stack. Well, I'm glad you have one. That's awesome. Thank you for buying one. Appreciate it. And let's see here. Wegapal. Okay, here we go. This one is a disappointing comment, but we're going to read it anyway. Before we get to this comment, because this one I'm going to concentrate on for a minute, let's take the scammer. Hello?
Hey, Jim. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
It's amazing. It's going awesome with me as well.
Great.
Thanks so much for asking.
Awesome. This is wonderful. So is this Alex? Is this Alex?
No, Alex was my assistant.
He's the assistant.
Yes, it's one of the senior managers at the company.
Okay, because he's the one that left me the very long-winded message after the phone rang, just a half a ring, and then it went straight to voicemail. I don't know how. I don't know why that happens, but anyways, but yeah. So how can I serve you today? What's your name?
It's Nick Hill.
Nick Hill.
So I'm a lending specialist, and basically we had you on our end, like I've been in contact for a couple weeks now, maybe months, and we kind of wanted to see if you could use some business funding options.
Yeah, I could use some business funding options. You say you've been trying to contact me for months?
No, I've not. I'm gonna be, straightforward with you. I'm gonna be honest. I did not, but I saw this sound like most of the businesses are looking for funding. It's kind of hard for somebody to get approved for for some of those, but I thought that you would be like one of those who would be qualified.
Yeah, I'm a very I like to be a qualifying kind of guy. I think I could qualify. I would like to get some extra money from my business. That would be great. I'll take anytime there's money involved that could come my way for this initiative that I'm doing. I will take it.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, it is. It's an amazing thing. What I just said to you, I hope that sinks in, because you just said it was an amazing thing that I just said about me wanting to get money that it's offered to me. That is such a profound psychological and philosophical play there that I just want it to really sink in. You know what I mean? But and I really like that you're straightforward. I really like that you're straightforward about everything too. So if you could do me a favor, if you can kind of beat around the bush from here on out, talking innuendos and kind of sidestep to get to the point, I very much appreciate that, because the straightforwardness on a Friday night and a Friday evening, it might be tough for me to take it straight on. You know what I mean?
Yep. Like being like straightforward and straight to the point.
No. That's just I don't want you to get. That's just it. I don't want you to get straight to the point. I want you to kind of stretch it out. Kind of beat around the bush. Talk not in direct language, but talk sort of in soft language, politically correct, and more suggestive to kind of get there. We still want to get to the end where we do business together, but not in such a straightforward manner. Okay, now do you understand?
Okay, yeah, I totally understand. Even though most of the times I want, to hit that point firsthand.
Right, let's do the point. Instead of first hand, Nick, let's do it like seventh hand or eighth hand, okay? instead of firsthand. Okay, can we do that?
Okay.
Thank you. All right.
Well, can I ask you something?
Yes, you can ask me something, but not
Okay.
directly, indirectly.
Is it worth my time if you're
Oh
not
yeah.
qualified?
Oh yes, it'll be worth your time, especially if
Why
I'm
would you say
qualified.
so?
Now, if I'm not qualified, it probably is not going to be as beneficial, but it'll still be beneficial, but not as beneficial. But I think I'm going to qualify. And I'm going to be fairly straightforward when I give the amount of confidence of my ability to qualify. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
What makes you think that you qualify?
Well, because I have
Since you know that.
well, because I have a healthy business. The business is
Okay.
profiting, we're making money, we're growing, and in fact, you may be asking this question in an indirect way later in the conversation as to what I'm going to use the money for. It is
Of
going
course.
to expand the business, okay? And that's a very straightforward answer. It's extremely
Okay.
straightforward. It's almost like it's a piercing, like a diamond saw. You know what I mean?
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah. I mean, and I apologize for being so direct there.
It's all good.
Okay.
I like being direct sometimes.
Okay. It's just sometimes, not all the time. Let's be indirect for
Not
most of
all
the
the time.
conversation. Right. Not all the time.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Nick. All right.
What is that you exactly do with your business?
What do I do with my business? Well, I tend to operate it.
What line of business, basically?
We're in manufacturing.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many? Do you have like a team?
Oh yeah, I've got a set of
employees, or you
employees
work
that
by
work
yourself?
for me. They're great. These employees are really good that work directly for me. Yeah. It's a nice set of
Sounds
employees.
great.
Yeah.
Do you have any loans as of now?
I do not have any loans as of this minute at this point in time, actually. I believe it or not, I do not.
Okay, well that's a good sign. Though, when was the last time that you took some funding?
That I've gotten funding? Well, when I opened the business, I had a small business loan that I had applied for, and I paid that off about 5 years ago, actually. Now,
Okay, that's great. How much are you generating monthly?
how much am I generating? We're probably cranking out about 140 units a month. 140 units a month.
Okay, when you say units,
The
can you
blue.
elaborate?
Yeah,
more?
it's the
Like
blue. It's
1,000
called
or?
the blue. What it is, it's a special kind of a mixture. I call it the blue. And what gives it that blue color is silver ions, but the silver is interjected in there. Even though silver does not have a color to it, it's silver. But
Yep.
it does it when it mixed with the other elements, it creates sort of this blue, like the acetaminophen, the deoxyribonucleophene, and some of the other chemicals that are in there as well that are proprietary that I can't really disclose at this point in time because it is a certain mixture that it's got a patent pending on it. We're pending the patent on it. We got to get through my team of lawyers to get the patent through so that we don't not so that it goes from being a patent pending to a Pat Benatar.
Okay.
Okay, we want to get to the
Uh,
Pat Benatar on this
Okay.
thing. All right.
Good. May I know like how much you're bringing in monthly in deposits and your credit score? How much is it by now?
Okay, I only make about one deposit per month. And my credit score is doing very well. It's doing just great.
How much is that by now?
How much
great
is
for
what?
you?
My credit score, I don't have the number in front of me, but it's really good. I mean, it's the bomb diggity type good. You know what I mean?
You gotta have you gotta have like a ballpark number though. I'm pretty
I
sure of
don't
that.
really talk about. I've never even talked with anybody about my credit score at a ballpark. Usually we're talking baseball
Okay.
there. We're talking about baseball. I've never actually discussed my credit score with anybody outside of in a business setting. Although there's been some times when I've been on a date where the chick will ask me straight up, she'll say in a very direct way, what's your credit score? I'm like, I don't have the number on me right now, but I say it's good. It's really good. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I
Well,
would
since that
probably
is
never
good.
discuss that at a ballpark, if you want me to be honest with you. Do you want me to be honest or want me to not? If I'm not honest with you, then I'll say, oh, yeah, I'm always discussing my credit score at the baseball game, Orioles versus the Houston Texans or whatever they're called,
Okay.
or the Blue Angels.
Jim,
Yeah.
yeah, sorry to interrupt.
No, that's okay.
You said that you make like only one deposit a month.
Yeah,
How
only
much is
one
that? Like,
deposit.
how
Yeah.
much do you make? How much is that worth?
That deposit slip, the actual piece of paper, is probably worth about maybe a nickel, and the ink that's put on it is
Mm,
probably a fraction of a cent. That's probably the value of the piece.
I see that you love. I see that you love to play around the bushes. You're like you seem to be like kind of an expert to that, and I give you that. I
Right,
give you
thank you.
props
Yeah,
for
I
that.
love
But
the bushes. I love
of
the
course,
bushes.
of course,
Jeb Bush is
yeah.
okay. Jeb Bush is a little low energy. Jeb Bush is a little low energy. If you want me,
Yeah.
but George
I
W
can
is
see that.
okay. He's a kind of a whippersnapper. And HW wasn't too
Yeah.
bad, but some people thought, some people thought that George H.W. Bush actually ran the CIA.
Well, I don't like to discuss that, to be honest, because that's nothing in my importance. It has nothing to do with me. So why discuss something that is out of
Well,
my
you talked
range?
about playing in the
When
bushes, so you brought the subject up, so I thought I would go there. Unless maybe
well,
it's
I maybe
maybe
thought that
Nick.
you would leave that there, not like extend to this extent, though.
Okay, well, I wasn't sure because I thought maybe because it sounded like you were a little standoffish there. Maybe perhaps you have CIA connections. Could that be the case, Nick? Do you have any CIA connections, and do you manscape? Those are the two
Why would
questions at
that
hand.
matter in this conversation? Like honestly, why would that matter? Even let's say if I had one.
Well, let's say if you're talking about bushes, different kind of bush, that would be, there's two kinds of bushes. There's the Bush dynasty, okay? That's Prescott Bush. There's George H.W. Bush. There's George W. Bush. There's Jeb Bush. There's Neil Bush, and then you have the pubic hair type of bush, and that can be
Mm,
for both male and female, okay? And if you're a
okay.
male, that would be manscaping. If you're a female, that would be landscaping. No, I don't know. What would be the female version of manscaping? Anybody? Do you have a?
I don't know. I don't know. Enlighten me.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. We need to figure this out here. What is the female version of manscaping?
Trust me, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I don't know either. I'm kind of a clueless on it. We need to figure out what that would be. Not just a landing strip, because it can be trimmed in such a manner of a V, or it could be trimmed in various different ways without it actually. But there's got to be a term for it. We need to figure out what that is. And it's not
Okay.
And it's
Well,
not
we can
Brazilian,
postpone
because
that.
Brazilian would
We
mean
can.
waxing. It's not a Brazilian. That's a wax. We need something.
Yeah, I see. We can postpone that. That information. We
Okay,
can
let's
upload
postpone that. Let's
by
post.
Monday or next week.
Yeah,
But
let's
that,
do that.
yeah,
Well, we'll talk about that on
that's good.
Tuesday at 6:15. We'll talk about that on Tuesday at 6:15.
May-
Let's
Maybe let's do maybe Wednesday 5:10.
no, let's do Tuesday 6:10.
No, I would say Wednesday 5:10.
Let's do next Friday at 6:05.
No, we don't got a deal here.
Okay,
You
why don't
chose
we do
the term
Tuesday
first.
at 6:02?
It's my.
Tuesday at
No, no, no,
6:02.
no, no. No,
Why is Tuesday
no.
in
It's gonna be Wednesday
why can't we do Tuesday? Why?
because I don't want to do that. Let's
Why
just do
don't you want?
Wednesday.
Well, I know you don't
5:10.
want to do it, but sometimes in business you got to make sacrifices. Can we come to an agreement on Tuesday at 6:03 and 30 seconds? Tuesday.
No, I wouldn't say that. No,
Why? I know
no,
you wouldn't say that, but
that's
will you
not good
agree
with
to
me.
it? Will you agree to it?
I did not agree
I
to
know.
it.
Will you agree?
I
I'm
didn't
asking
say
you
yes.
to agree to it, Nick. I'm asking for us to come to an agreement
Oh,
on
okay.
this. Okay?
Well, I'm sorry to say, but no. I
Why
would
don't
have
you
to
want to
say
do
no.
it? What's the big deal? What's going on in Nick's life that's so important on Tuesday where you can't talk to me?
Well, that's something just came across my mind that I don't want to do that call on Tuesday.
Just
I would
because
say
it came
Wednesday.
across your mind, is that
Why,
it?
why, why wouldn't you be able to do Wednesday 5:10?
Because I have a meeting I've got to attend at 5:10 on Wednesday. In fact, Wednesday is completely booked up through the
5:10.
whole day.
Exactly 5:10.
Huh?
Exactly by 5:10.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be 5:10, 5:05, 4:30, 6:17, 8:15 through the whole day. The evening, I'm not going to be available by phone.
Yeah.
But Tuesday I will be,
Okay.
and you will be
You're gonna
too.
be mixing like some silver with some other chemicals, or?
Well, I'm going to probably doing some. It's going to be work related, yes, but I can't tell you what some of those other
Okay.
chemicals are. So can
Of course.
hold on one second. Hold on. This might be my. This might be. Hold on.
Danny from Eastwood, how are you?
Hello.
Hey Jim, this is Danny from Eastwood. How are you?
Good. You're late. How you doing? Say hello to Nick.
Hey Nick, how's it going?
Hey man, how you doing?
Good. Yeah, sorry for being a little bit late here.
That's okay.
Just wanted to sort of get more on your end of the story, see what's going on, what the situation is.
Do I have what's your name again?
Danny Morgan.
Danny, I have a story for you. Are you ready for the story?
I'm ready to hear it.
All right, and the Nick's heard part of this, but we're going to get into some detail. I need a loan for my business, but I want to be able to get to it in an indirect way, not in such a direct way, you know what I mean? And Nick can feel me on that, bro. So what we need to do, we need to try to get some fundage, and not for bushes. We don't need funding for bushes, and there's two types of bushes. Do you know what they are, Danny?
Go ahead and explain it to me.
Okay, the first type of bushes are the Bush dynasty, which is Prescott Bush. That's the grandfather of George W. Bush. Then you have the father of George W. Bush is George H.W. Bush. Then you have the brother, that's Jeb Bush, and then Neil Bush. And there's also George P. Bush, who's the son and the nephew. But those are the kind of bushes, and we want to beat around those, okay? Beat around the bush. And then the second type of bush is the pubic type of bush. All right, Danny? So if I was to do some activity with my pubic hair, it would be called manscaping. Why? Because I'm
landscaper.
No. I'm a man. Okay, that was a fill in the blank thing. I'm a man. So what would it be if a woman was to manscape? What would that be called?
Womanscape.
Well, that you would think, but womanscape does not have the same kind of flair to it as manscaping. It would be chick. It would be. It probably would not be chickscaping either. We gotta think. We gotta think of a term here, and Nick has been thinking about this long and hard as well, pun intended. So, what is the term for manscaping with a woman? Dame scaping? Dame because she's a dame? Could that be it? Dame?
That's a good one, yeah.
Dame scaping? Although that does sound really kind of like a posh 1930s, 20s talk. What is another word for a lady or a woman? Ladies. Female scaping. Now that just doesn't have the same. That doesn't have the same ring to it, you know. Mamscaping, ma'am. Well, but that if we did ma'am like sir and ma'am, that would confuse people because they would think manscaping. They would replace the second M with an N in their phonetically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this all leads me to the amount of money that I need for my business. And you haven't even asked me about what the value of a deposit slip is, like Nick did. Nick actually asked me, how much does it cost in paper to deposit? You know, the piece of paper with the ink that you write on it, with the amount of money that you deposit in it monthly at the bank. He wanted to know how much that was, and I told him.
Well, I just want to see how much your deposits are gross to see if I can get you anywhere near.
Well, let me tell you, I am a germaphobe. I do not like anything dirty. So if I'm going to be depositing anything, it's not going to be gross. I want to throw the whole net over it. You know what I mean? I want to make sure it's clean as a whistle. All of my money, if we launder it through the washing machine or through the dryer, it's all clean. There's nothing gross about it. You could lick the money with your tongue even. Okay?
Okay, so how much is your clean deposit in that case?
The clean deposit, we're doing about $98,000 a month.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
And then you're looking for, from what what I looks like here, looks like you guys are looking for about, what, 120?
That's exactly right. Yeah, that's a direct way of asking me. And I'm not ashamed to admit that that's what I'm looking for. 120,000 smackers. That's what I want, Danny. What do you think about that, Nick? 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 He's still on the line, but he's not saying anything. I don't know what happened to Nick.
I think Nick gave up. Maybe, I don't know.
He gave up, but the call's still connected to him.
He probably just went on.
You know, Nick was a little bit low energy. You seem to be a little bit more pep in your step. Nick sounded like he was tired from a long week of loan scamming. So, yeah, crazy.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
I was trying to schedule a time for him to call me back, and he kept on saying he couldn't do Tuesday and gave me no reason why that wasn't the case. But I do have to go right now. Can you call me back next Tuesday?
I'll make my try. I mean, we're literally just waiting on one last step before I can actually
Well, I know, but unfortunately, I got another step I gotta take somewhere else. But let's do this. Call me Tuesday because I have some more questions. You have some more answers. You have some more questions. I have some more answers. Call me Tuesday at exactly 6:05. All right. That way, if you're 10 minutes late, it's not gonna be a big deal. But you gotta call me by 6:15 next Tuesday. Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. Talk to you then. Let's commit to it. I'll put you on my calendar.
All right. Bye-bye.
Don't stand me up. Okay, bye-bye. Bye, Nick. All right, there's two of about 5 that were supposed to call me. All right. So here's Wega Paul. Wega Paul says this. Sal, the worst part about Summit Metals Plug is they were a brand new company. I'd never heard of them. So you were basically encouraging people to buy from them when there was no history about what doing business with them was really like, proving you were willing to endorse anyone willing to pay you. That's classic sellout stuff, man. It doesn't look good for your channel, which has been around a long time, longer than Coffee Coaster Summit Metals. And then he says, oh, I stand corrected. They've been around since 1996, but you were never mentioned them before they were paying you. Well, you're wrong. I mean, Summit Metals has been is a bullion company that's just over a year and a half old. I don't know where the 1996 came about, but it may have been a parent company or something like that they had that they were spawned from. But the thing is what Wega Paul is missing here, and this is very important because people make accusations with no understanding of what happens behind the scenes. He has no clue what I did to vet Summit Metals before I took them on. I was extremely apprehensive at first before I even responded to any email. And by the way, Wega Paul, you being a viewer of my channel for as long as you have, you should know better than to make this accusation, number one. Number two, I get literally dozens and dozens of sponsor requests that I turn down every single day. Every single day I turn these down. And so when I saw this from Summit Metals, it took a while. It took a long while. I had been in talk with them for a long time before I ever did any business with them. We signed a contract. In fact, they were very good about this contract, the way this thing was set up, and I staked my reputation on it before I signed that document. I staked my entire channel's reputation on it, knowing what I was getting into, not only from vetting them in and of themselves and doing the research on them, but talking to others who have been approached by them, other very respectable, more respectable than I as well, channels that have partnered with Summit Metals. So I have zero regrets partnering with Summit Metals. That's number one. Number two, it says a lot about you for making accusations and assumptions about me for as long as you have been watching this channel. Very disappointed in Wega Paul on this, and he doesn't really come to the live streams, but I hope he will come to this live stream and hear this response, because he should apologize to me for calling this a classic sellout. So crazy. All right. Yeah, you think you know some people who comment on your channel and then they make comments like that. It's just insane. But anyways, all right. Bozo says, I'll bet we see 40 before we see 75. Anyone who has been in the game for years knows how fast silver drops after a fast run up. That's exactly right. That very well could happen. And that's why I'm not even firm as to whether or not it would go below. I don't think it's going to fall below 40, but I think that's more possible than going up to 75. But I'm actually very surprised that we're seeing near 60 now. But yeah, it's crazy what can happen. Psychology is a very powerful thing in the markets. However, the one area where I would disagree with Bozo on this to some degree is that there's a lot more working for silver's continued staying up, even if it pulls back, and then there is not. So I think I'm more inclined to believe that 40 may be the absolute bottom, but we can see a dip below that for a little bit. But we're in different times with silver now than we were back then. All right. Richard Metcalf, I was actually glad to see that silver pull back a little bit. Too fast scares me. I have 2011 syndrome. Yes, totally understandable. Yep. I think that's what Bozo was saying too there. So Lori Watson says, I'm expecting a deep bottom from collapsing eco, following by a steep all-time high in 2026, maybe 3. Very well could be. Anything can happen at this point, within reason. I made a 20 to 1. More than 21 is a bit risky. Okay. All right. A trade 20 to 1. Very good. It's a good time to do it. Okay. We've got Nobody Cares says, ladies and gents, the silver is on sale today. That's right. It sure is. It was or yesterday, not today. We are in a great position just to be buying for the dealers. As long as the supply lasts, the lower prices complements of the silver bullion shorts. However, the boys who are shorting it might be forced to leave their trading desk, not to Singapore, but the sands of Nevada, shovels in hand, looking for physical silver to cover the shorts. So the buyers don't want to cash settlements, but physical deliveries. Let's not forget that Saudi Arabia is getting interested in silver as well as many others. Yes, but only in Saudi Arabia, only in the SLV, or in the ETFs rather. Very good. All right, let's see here. And silver will go up or it will go down. Yes, but it's particular numbers we talked about here. I left the coast. Okay. Yeah, and he would qualify for some of the worst comments he would qualify for. Man, the first super chat of the night. Thank you, Steve Lapointe. I appreciate that, my friend. A $3 super chat. Thank you, my friend. Let's give you 3 push-ups for that. Yeah, the first one of the night. Late in the broadcast. Thank you so much, Steve. All right, here we go. We got 1, 2, and 3. Nice. We got it in there for the duration tonight. Nice. Very good. Thank you very much for that. As we peruse our way through here, Lincoln, I'm sure that the taco rate and cut and extreme QE are going to keep it from dropping ever. Yes. Yes, I think so. I mean, silver's is in a, it's in better position than it was before the big run up. That's for sure. Matthew Adams, my Salivate coin came today. He had ordered one, beautifully struck with a great design. Came quick and with some of the best packing I've seen from any other precious metals distributor. Nice. We'll definitely order from them again. Awesome. From Summit Metals. Thank you, Matthew Adams. I'm glad you got one. Congratulations on getting it delivered. And that is awesome. They are still left over there at Summit Metals, but the supply is dwindling a little bit there. Not sure if we're going to be able to restock after these are out, but yes, indeed. All right. Let's see here. Okay. And we've got James O'Neill Brown with some algorithmic emoticons there. And Jesse J Studios, the bull run is still in its early stages. Okay, you very well could be right. It could keep going up. I don't hold anything. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if anything happened there. Gordon Clee, some stacked at 8, some at 58. Silver prices level out over time. That's right, they sure do. And I'm curious to see what it's going to look like when it does level out. William Peterson here says this: the rally is different this time. It's not all like the previous 2 rallies. We didn't have a currency crisis or debt crisis in 1980 or 2011. Yes, that's right. Although debt was part of the problem in 2011, though, it was quantitative easing, and it was the debt limit, raising the debt limit, that did contribute to that. So 2011 was much more closer than in 1980. But we do have, and we technically don't have a currency crisis now. We just have a debt crisis, but people don't see the debt crisis. But we have inflation now that we didn't have in 2011. That's what's different. All right. Edward Sawyer on the big move we saw yesterday. I'm a physical stacker. I won't stop buying and holding. I also play the SLV, hold 25% of it 3 days ago. So take its awesome paper profits. A normal pullback is in progress. Then I'm back fully in. All right, there you go. Sounds like he's got his strategy lined up for him. That's great. And let's go on to the next comment, shall we? See what we've got up here. Buy the dip, rise the rip. There you go. I like that. Buy the dip, rise the rip. Very good. We've got William Wolford, silver 59.01. Right now, after the hour, is buying, pushing it back up. It sure is. It's been a wild ride to see it. Summit does not ship to Canada. I wanted one of your coins. Yeah, if you do live in Canada or the UK or some other country, if you know somebody in the US, maybe they can ship it to you cheaper than what Summit Metals can if they buy it through them. Somebody else had mentioned doing that, or if they fly, if they're coming to your country. I know that's going to be an unusual circumstance, but anyways, but thank you for your interest. Crew Change says this: it will never see 50 again, let alone 40. Too little of it and too much demand, inflation, etc., etc. Yeah, I wouldn't say never, never, but but I think probably we're going to see higher lows no matter what happens on the other end of this bull run. And I do think it will normalize. Don't know what that's going to look like, but I think it will be higher lows. I really do. HYE Power on this says the following. USA Mint made a huge mistake saying they are minting gold pennies. They should have minted them in silver to make them more affordable, and silver, if I'm not mistaken, is a very rare error. I think when a silver blank dime fell into the penny die, they can be confused for steel penny, but are silver. Sal, do you own any 2025 penny rolls? You gotta save it. You're gonna save your pennies. I don't own any rolls, 25 pennies, but I do have some 25 cents. Now the silver ones, it makes no difference what other metal they were produced. They're still going for big dollars over Stack's Bowers. In fact, so it doesn't matter what the other metal is, because they're only minting them for the Stack's Bowers auctions. They're not being sold by the U.S. Mint to the general public. So even if they were made of lead, they would still go for a very high dollar. Gold is immaterial because it's only for 232 of them, a select few on that auction site. And the minimum is $10,000 for a set of those, by the way. Anyways, BA says, I bought the living sheet out of the F and dip. There you go. AGQ is up over 5% pre-market, selling some for pocket money and to downsize my position to a reasonable level. Way to go. All right. Good job, BA. It's a way to do it, buying those dips. Okay. And let's see here. Yeah, Bill 457. That Summit with a gram of gold is really a cool starter pack they've got there, and you can fill it up. I still haven't filled mine up, but I'm hoping it will do soon. Let's see here. We've got Cheap Laugh Kennedy, still the Crimex and LBMA holding a boot heel to the neck of the metals. when that is liberated. Hallelujah. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, I like this quote. Because gold is honest money, it is disliked by dishonest men. Exactly right. I like that quote. Thank you. And we've got this here. Not sure what that means. I'm going to get this next one here. Dave Subers, I still like the platinum story for big gains in the near future. Yes. Yes, it is. This platinum's been doing very well. And we've got this here. We've got Silver Sleuth here says the following. Lower Carrot. Both India and China had a relationship with both gold and silver for centuries. Both had to evade Britain interference, and now they are interfering with Britain's metals market. Yeah, that's right. Touche. Exactly. Very right. Good point, Silver Sleuth. Very, very good point. Oh, yeah. Let's see here. Where are we at? Let's peruse our way up to the next comment. I got Raider Gamer. Gold had a pullback a few weeks back to 3,900. In my opinion, just can't keep real money down. That's right, exactly. 3,900. And we've got the SoCal Johnny. For context, India's rupees currency has depreciated dramatically against the Federal Reserve note this year. That means they're buying in bulk at all-time high prices. Yeah, that makes it even more important why this is. Yeah, that puts it even more into perspective, does it not? It's crazy. Yeah, Ron Paul definitely is an honest politician. One of the few, but he is. I don't agree with him on everything, but he was an honest politician, or was. He retired from Congress in 2011, I believe. And we've got Deja Vu. The Gold Mafia series depicts a well-established route from South Africa, India to China. It's worth a watch. Interesting. All right. Thank you, Deja Vu. Chateau Bullion here about the big move we saw yesterday. It says, I'm about a day late watching this video, but silver right now is a little over $59. I think it will go over 60 soon. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. We were very close to it today. But thank you, Chateau Bullion. Thank you, Deja Vu. Appreciate you, sir. Popping in. Have a good night, Thomas Sanders. Good to see you. Good to see all of you guys here. CCT is here. Shotgun Susie, JM Unleashed. Appreciate you guys being with me as well tonight as we peruse our way through another comment or two. When Weasel, India needs gold to buy Russian oil so Russia can buy stuff avoiding the sanctions. Yes, they are doing that. You're right. That's de-dollarization, using other currencies and gold to make that happen. And Just Sam says, I always enjoy hearing new information about this amazing metal. Glad I took the envelope, the gold envelope challenge when I did. Yes, that's right. Just Sam did that, and it was awesome. And he got it after the price kept going up and up and up, and he still got it. I think when he finally got it paid, bought it, I think it was like $2,600. So he did very, very well. Very, very well. TM7110 is here. Good to see you, Tom. Hope you're doing well. And Deja Vu is a she. I'm sorry. Oops. I misgendered Deja Vu. I got to remember that so that I don't do that again, because if I was to misgender Deja Vu again, it would be Deja Vu all over again. We can't have that. I'm sorry. The lovely Deja Vu. Appreciate you. Hey, that rhymes. Now, I didn't even mean that to rhyme, but it did rhyme. Thank you, Deja Vu. Appreciate you. All right. See, I had about a 98% chance I'd be right on that, because 98% of my audience are male. So I apologize again for that. So I was using the law of averages on this case, but it didn't work out right. Okay, Cybercurtain Twitcher. Fascinating stuff, Sal. I was buying the 1 gram bars and 10th-ounce coins when gold was sub 2K, and virtually all of them have been converted to quarter-ounce and half-ounce coins, as they seem no more liquid than a quarter-ounce and easier to misplace. Yes, good move on that. And I thought about doing that as well with some of my gram pieces, too. That's awesome. Very good. All right. Let's see here. And we've got Kerry Taryn. I love the 20-ounce Kit Kat bars. In my opinion, I think we will see all three metals increase in price in the future. Yes, I think so too. Thank you. That's from today's video. Dilly Dog, why don't you use a $1 silver certificate as your fiat prop? Well, because it wouldn't send the best message. Because at least the silver certificate was backed by silver at one time. A Federal Reserve note is not. So there's a good reason. I have a silver certificate, and I've shown them in previous videos, but have not done that. On purpose. All right, let's see here. Let's get back over here. Cyber Curtain Twitcher, an amazing move, but not if you're still a buyer. Yes, exactly. You're right. Dinar. Okay, I voted on Friday's close wouldn't hit $60. So I feel a little guilty that I held it down. Sold all mine as soon as it hit 59. Just kidding. No, there you go. All right. Very good. North Star Stackers here. Good to see you, my friend. And Greg Ziegler has confessed to being a male. And right here, he made that confession right here. And I'm not even a priest, and he did it. He said it. He said, I'm a male. I'm a guy. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and come out and say that I'm a male as well. I have male genitalia, just for the record. Just want you all to know that. Sleep on that tonight, on that little bit of knowledge. And Dinar is also a guy. Very good. All right. Michael K says, hopefully be joining the live tonight a little bit late. All right. Well, thank you, Michael K. I don't know if you're here, but I appreciate you. And if you don't make it, I understand. Hope all is well in your world. And let's trust me. Didn't I tell the community? Hold on a second here. Didn't I tell the community we will see $60 silver by the end of the year? Well, just trust me. No one knows if you told the community that. It's lost in a bunch of comments, either on this channel or other channels. I kind of, it's crazy when people think, I told you so. Did you see what I said early on? It's like, I don't know. I look at all the comments, but can't remember what everybody says. Anyways, then shoot up. And next year, the first quarter, we're going to be seeing $75. Well, we'll see what happens. I just have to take your word for it. All right. Let's see here. Michael K says, great information, Sam. All right, thank you so much. And let's see here. We got Jim. Eagles at $6 over spot at this already high price is ridiculous. Well, it's because they're growing in demand for those Eagles, I think, at this point. But yeah, I wouldn't be buying them at that price. And Richard Metcalf says here, I know here in the copper state, the copper mines are opening back up. Some have been closed for quite a while. Yeah, that's encouraging. Yep, I think we're going to see that happen too, especially after some of the tariffs. Right? Let's see here. All right. All right, let's see here. And let's see what we've got here from Bill Arrington. I always watch the copper price because silver seems to follow it. Sal, what is the coin in the bottom right? A Britannia? I don't have one. No, that one is the, it is from the Georgius Deus. And it's from St. Helena. It's a 1 ounce fine silver piece. It's a beautiful piece. And it's Aureus, it's got some Latin on it, which I think means, on Britannia, but anyways, it is what it is. Yep, that's right, Joey Libs. We did not get a SmackDown today. We released a SmackDown. All right, folks. Well, I think we've reached the end of the broadcast tonight. You guys are amazing. Keep your feet on the stars. Keep reaching for the ground. We will see you Sunday. You're not going to want to miss Sunday's Market Watch. I expect we might have another great one like we did last Sunday. Should be very interesting times to see. So thank you, guys. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you, Steve LaPointe, for the other $2 right there at the last minute here. Appreciate it. You're the only one who's super chatted tonight. I thank you, Steve. Appreciate it. Have a wonderful evening. Take care.